Namaste everyone, I am your co-host Shravani ma'am. Welcome to your favorite learning channel. The topic for today's video is transpiration and its significance. So in our previous video we had learned about stomata. So this process of transpiration is somehow related to stomata. We will understand how stomata helps in transpiration. So what happens is, we already know that plants absorb water from the soil, and this absorption of water is facilitated by the roots of the plants. Then what happens, this absorbed water is transported to all the other parts of the plants, including the leaves of the plants. Now, this transported water, some amount of this transported water is utilized by plants for photosynthesis. We knew that during photosynthesis, carbon dioxide was being absorbed from the atmosphere and water was absorbed by the roots from the soil. So, there's some amount of water that reaches the leaves from the roots. This water is utilized for photosynthesis and the rest amount of water is released out to the atmosphere through the leaves. Okay. So this is what happens in plants. So now how can we define transpiration? So transpiration is the loss of water. It is the loss of water in the form of water vapors. How is this water lost from the leaves? In the form of water vapors. Okay, and this happens from the aerial parts of the plant. So aerial parts means the parts of the plant which are present above the ground surface. Okay, so from the aerial parts of the plants, the water is lost in the form of water vapor. So this is known as transpiration. Now this water diffuses out through stomata. So the water, it diffuses out through stomata. Okay, now let's understand what is the significance of this process. Significance of transpiration. So let's see how transpiration is important. So what does this transpiration do? So transpiration, it has a cooling effect on the plants. It has a cooling effect on plants. So what happens when the loss of water takes place in the form of water vapors through the leaves? This brings down the temperature and hence it has a cooling effect on the plants. Okay. Then the second significance is, it helps in the removal of removal of what? In the removal of excess of water present in cells. Okay, so we had already discussed that some part of the water that is transported from the roots to the leaves is utilized in the process of photosynthesis, and rest amount of the water is given out or released out to the environment. So it helps in releasing or helps in the removal of excess of water present in the cells, that is in the plant cells. Then the third significance is, it helps in movement of water of water from the roots. Correct? We had discussed that water is moving from the roots to the upper parts. To the upper parts of the plant. So this movement of water is facilitated by the process of transpiration. So water loss due to transpiration, it results in lower concentration of water in leaf tissues, and this further results in the movement of water from the roots to the leaves. Okay, so let's now quickly revise the things that we have studied. So we had already discussed that in plants what happens, the roots of the plants absorb water from the soil, and then this water is further transported to all the other parts of the plants, and some amount of this water is utilized by leaves for performing photosynthesis, and rest of the water is released out in the atmosphere or to the environment through the leaves. So we define transpiration as the loss of water that happens in the form of water vapors from the aerial parts of the plant, that is from the parts of the plants which are present above the ground surface. Okay, so this water diffuses out through the stomatal pores. So how does stomata help? The pores present in stomata help in releasing of this water, that is helps in the process of transpiration. Here we can see that water vapor lost from the leaf pores in transpiration. So these leaf pores are called as stomata. Then we saw the significance of transpiration. So this process of transpiration has a cooling effect on plants. So when water is released in the form of water vapors, it brings down the temperature and hence it has a cooling effect on plants. Then this process helps in the removal of excess of water present in the cells, because some part is utilized by the leaves for performing photosynthesis, and the rest of the amount of water which is excess is actually released by this process of transpiration. Then the third significance is that it helps in movement of water from the roots to the upper parts of the plant. So water loss due to transpiration actually results in loss of water concentration in leaf tissues, right? Now this in turn results in the movement of water from the roots to the leaves. Okay, hence transpiration helps in actually the movement of water from the roots to upper parts of the plants. Okay, so I hope you all would have got some great insights by watching today's video. Please do not forget to like and share the video. Till then, thank you for watching.